We're going rock climbing today.
How you think you're gonna do?
I might do good
You been rock climbing before?
a bunch of times.
How you think I'm gonna do?
Probably good because you're a tall guy.
Who you think is gonna do the worst?
Gordon Ramsay coming?
Nunca pude imaginar que isso fosse acontecer. E numa bola de cristal vi o futuro transformar. E o que era bom ficou legal. Passarinho da montanha, quando chega, voou, voou. 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 Que o vento leve, love logo já. 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 Que leve, love já.
So I've been creating content for the last few weeks. At the start of January was when we really started to get things going and started to make things official. And then over the last few weeks, I started realizing that there's a lot of things that I do want to get better at as a content creator, a lot of important things, I think. In my head and most people's head as well, is when you're making videos or doing anything at all, let's say it is streaming, content creation, YouTube, whatever, TikTok, there's a lot of things that go into it that you don't really think about necessarily. Like for example, my niche and what I like doing is cinematography. So I like, you know, doing a lot of camera stuff, learning about camera settings and vlogging and of course everything like that. But there's other things to go in it as well that you don't really think about. One of the things that I wanted to get better at specifically is speaking. You can notice in the last few videos or even in any of the past videos this past year, I've been speaking really fast in my videos, and I think I just need to articulate my words better, because the more I make less cuts in my video in between me speaking, the more it comes off as natural. So if I'm speaking and I'm cutting like random ass points in the conversation or when I'm saying something, it makes it more robotic. But I feel like saying a few sentences in one go makes it seem more natural in a sense. And I'm sure everyone sees it in other people's videos all the time, like things like gaming videos. The quick cuts are very popular in those, like the cuts between every conversation and every punchline, every joke. And I guess for my videos, I want everything to come off as more genuine and natural and less fake, I guess. Outside of content creation, speaking is also very important. People don't really think about it. I don't think about it, neither do you. But pauses between each sentence or pauses between each word is very important. And the brain, you know, it doesn't really notice it, but it kind of puts it in the back of its head, I guess. Another funny thing that I feel like I always mention, but it's still very important, is time management. I'm always leaving everything to the last second to sort of put together. And I think everyone kind of notices when you put something together in one go. As a perfectionist, I hate it. As someone that likes to spend time and put passion into their work, I hate it. I notice when I put shit half-assedly, and I'm sure some of you guys do as well. So when things get down to the wire, at the end of the day, consistency is important, but quality is important as well. I love being consistent. I love uploading every Tuesday, as we've been doing for the last few weeks. But when it gets down to it, when it gets down to that Tuesday and I haven't recorded anything and I just kind of pull something out of my ass, I notice it and it like bothers me. It bothers the inside of me. Like I just get bothered by how much I just kind of threw it out there. So consistency isn't the problem here. I'm happy that I'm being very consistent, but I'm more of upset with how I manage my time. Like there's definitely more things that I can be doing in an hour than, you know, whatever, maybe I'm like doom scrolling on TikTok or something like that. And one thing that I've been working on a lot and I'm trying to get better at is editing. I know it's kind of funny because editing, it's just natural. Everyone does editing, but I more so say editing that kind of flows in a sense. And I don't know if I'm actually saying it or describing it right, but and editing in a way that makes it seem like it's my video. I feel like before recently, I was just kind of putting clips together, and they were all beautiful clips that I really enjoyed, but there was definitely ways that I could have made that video better or a clip better just by a little bit of tweaking in editing or post, more so the minute editing, like chopping up clips or putting in text, graphics, motion, anything like that. I want to get better at in all of my videos. For anybody who knows, this right here, when I'm talking, this is all A-roll footage. So when I say editing, I also mean like adding B-roll footage on top of my A-roll footage. So it'll just be me talking, and then while I'm talking, it'll bring up something that I'm talking about over top of this clip. I feel like the brain is weird. The brain is weird because when you work on something so hard and you know how long you worked on it, it just kind of makes it seem like, oh, this is okay, when there could be some things that you really could be doing to make it better. For example, if you're working on footage for a really, really long time, like 5 hours or something, just sitting down straight editing, your brain kind of becomes numb to the fact that you worked so hard on it, and it becomes almost negligent of criticism. So you're like looking at it like this is the most perfect thing that I've ever made, when really there's probably some things that you could be doing better. I think it's a good idea if I'm editing or anything like that for long periods of time to just kind of sit away for maybe an hour or two, to kind of let it sit there and just marinate and then come back to it, because by the time you come back to it, you'll realize there's some things that you can tweak or make a little bit better.